voice of God spoke at Sinai. It did not begin by saying, I'm the Lord your God who created heaven and earth. It began by saying, I'm the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Judaism is not only deliverance from external slavery, but also freedom from false fears and false glories, from fashion, from intellectual will-o'-the-wisps. And our souls were subject to causes, in our spirits we are free, beholding the uncompromising. The most commanding idea that Judaism dares to think is that freedom, not necessity, is the source of all being. The universe was not caused but created. Behind mind and matter, order and relationships, the freedom of God obtains. The inevitable is not eternal. All compulsion is a result of choice. A tinge of that exemption from necessity is hiding in the folds of the human spirit. These words of Rabbi Heschel from his book, Insecurity of Freedom, they ring out to me in this moment and every moment. Freedom is the source of all being. Think about that. That in our core, in our souls, in our spirits, freedom is our source. So the beauty is that because it's our source, we can keep going back to it. We can draw on it. We don't have to be stuck in all of the things that we get stuck in. We don't have to get stuck. Could you go back one, please? Thank you. We don't have to get stuck in false fears and false glories. False fears is the greatest hindrance to our freedom. Franklin Roosevelt said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Now, I'm not saying that there's not healthy fears. Of course there are. But most of us don't even think about the healthy fears. We give in to the false fears. The fear of how much am I going to have? Where's mine? I won't have enough. You like him better than you like me. I mean, we have a new rabbi, new senior rabbi here. So I could give in to, oh, you all like him better than me. I should probably stop just doing Friday nights at all. I could give in to that if I want to give in to false fears. I choose to be free. And we have that choice. We have that opportunity. God brought us out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. 2 deliverances we got. One was the external, of course. And we don't have to be enslaved by what other people think and how other people want to put us in a box. That is our choice if we give in to that. And too many people are too concerned about what somebody else is going to think of me that we compromise ourselves. We stop being who we are and stop living from this source of freedom and instead live from the source of fear. Recovery here at Beit Shuvah is about recovering this freedom, recovering this source, and making a deep, committed decision to continue to live from the source of our being, which is freedom. Think about how much time we give to mind and matter. Think of how much time we're concerned about the inevitable. Think of how often our compulsions run us. I've been accused, maybe rightly, of being on my electronic devices too much. I have been accused of that. The biggest accuser I have, of course, is Harriet Rosetto, which lends some credence to that accusation. I do want to say that. And I see as I'm talking and as I read this again, that I'm stuck in that. I'm afraid. I'm afraid at times just to be. I'm afraid of my own passion. I'm afraid of my own I'm afraid of my own strengths at times. That's false fears. And I realize it. I don't think I realized it as strongly as I do right this moment. We don't have to give in anymore. Being in recovery says we can recover the source of our being, which is freedom. In a world where everybody wants to pigeonhole us, everybody wants to control us, in a world where we want to control everybody else, we have the choice. We have the choice to be free. Will you take it? Shabbat shalom. One of the ways to be free is to blow out the schmutz of the week and breathe in the joy of Shabbos. So join us in this nigun, a wordless melody. You can't get it wrong. Let's everybody blow it out. Shalom Aleichem.
Hey
Is Nate here? Nathan? Nathan? Nate? I saw him. Okay. Shiru Ladonai. I'm going to let you dance alone. All right, so now's the time for tzedakah. Tzedakah in our tradition, tzedek means righteous, saintly, some people say. A tzaddik is like a saint. So what is tzedakah about? It's about relieving the world of social misery. Think about this. The kingdom of God is inconsistent with social misery, according to our tradition. Hello. Hello. So we pass the tzedakah boxes because that's how we all get to be part of the kingdom of God and get to help relieve social misery. And it's a big gift that we get to do. Every mitzvah is a gift. Every obligation is a get to. You'll hear more about get to from Barbara later. But that's what we get to do tonight. We get to relieve our portion of social misery. That's our tradition. That's our source of freedom, our source of being. When we're miserly, when we're afraid, when we're too constricted, we cut ourselves off. We cut ourselves off from that root of freedom, that root of being. So we're very grateful. The money goes to help the residents learn how to have fun and sobriety, goes to offset some of the costs of tonight, and you help save lives. The other thing we do, of course, is tshuva. Name of this place is Beit Tshuva. The beauty of tshuva is that I get to look at myself and I get to see where I've hit the mark and where I've missed the mark. It is the most unnoticed of all miracles because through the power of tshuva, so many lives change. What we don't realize when we fail to recognize somebody, we're treating them like an object. When we harm someone, we're objectifying them. So why is it the most unnoticed of all miracles? Because when we do tshuva, we're saying to somebody, you're human, you're important, you matter. We're moving our lives and their lives forward at least one grain of sand. We do that by being grateful and by acknowledging when and where we missed the mark. So the challenge for all of us is, as Reb Eliezer says, to do tshuva one day before we die. And since none of us know the day of our death, we should do tshuva every day. And this is what we do at this part of the service. So I'm going to ask Barbara to handle the microphone.
I thought you meant Bruce.
No, I'm not. If I would have asked Bruce, he would have looked at me like, are you?
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm a grateful member of this community. So I've got two tshuvas. One is so my mother was here a week ago. She had been ordered by her doctor, in fact, not to move and to stay at home and recuperate from a neurological issue. And she still insisted upon coming last week in a wheelchair. And I remember looking at her in the wheelchair, and my heart was kind of, dropped. And I just want to say, Mom, that you're here today, right? Not in a wheelchair, right? Walking on your own and insisting upon being here. And you had spoke about that getting to philosophy. So my mom is actually the queen of that. And that is, she gets to do every day of her life, and that's how she wakes up. And it's an amazing thing to watch, and thank you for that example. We don't talk about the drugs that she's on here. And then I also want to give tshuva to all of the birthdays today. I kind of know all of you, right? And it's a huge thing. I do have to give a special shout out to David Presser, right? Who I could say a lot of things that probably that you guys don't want to hear. But what I do want you to know, David, is that you are definitely living proof that we are not a glum lot, right? And that you have shown me also that there is living in Yetzer HaTov and Yetzer Hara completely. And you live in that every single day. And you have fun in sobriety like nobody I've ever seen. And you give us a lot of fun being around you. So thank you very much and happy birthday.
My name's Larry, and I'm a grateful member of this community. I'll also shout out to David, but Michael covered him pretty well. But I'm here to celebrate Ian's birthday. I'm proud to call Ian my friend. He is the most socially conscious, dedicated, passionate advocate that I've ever encountered. And 3 years ago, we were both here putting our lives together. And I'm just so happy to see where Ian is now, and also most of this row in this area. I mean, these are people, a wise man said the opposite of addiction is connection. I am so connected to all of you, and I'm so happy to be part of this community. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Jed. I'm a member of this community who's extremely grateful and who has a lot of problems expressing that. But the truth is, this place has very literally saved my life. It's the first time in 6 years of straight relapsing that I've gotten 6 months sober. Yeah. Thank you for that. And I just wanted to share it. I'm getting on a plane tomorrow morning to go see my family, and my dad's turning 80. There's a funeral for my mom's sister. I have a nephew who's been for 3 years paralyzed with leukemia. A brother who uses, and like it. There's way more to the story. The last 4 years when I went home, I got thrown in jail, and it was bad. And it's the first time in 6 years that I've had the strength and power to actually commit to making a decision to stay sober and to stay with God. And I've never, in 20 years of trying to stay sober and being sober, it's never clicked in my head to make a fucking decision. And I thank Harriet and Rabbi for this place, and you've really saved me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brittany. I'm a grateful member of this community. There's a lot of really cool people taking birthday cakes, so happy birthday to all of you. I also wanted to give a special shout out to David Presser. When I started doing Freedom Song, Camner told me that I should sit next to you because maybe I would rein you in. And that the blocking was cool, and then at some point he threatened to like change the 13-year standing stage blocking to keep us away from each other because I didn't rein him in, but no, we were terrible. David, you're really incredible, and for all the flack that we all give you about all the like super annoying qualities that you have, I love you for them even more. You're such an example of what we're supposed to be. Every time I've ever turned to you for help or advice or a vehicle for like 60 whole days, like you've done everything you possibly could to help me, and that's really admirable. So happy birthday, and I love you, and I'm really glad to be here with you.
Hi, my name is Ben, and I'm a grateful member of this community. I want to give, thank you. I want to give gratitude to Barbara, who handed me the mic, only because she didn't know I was going to do this. I've known Barbara for 16 years now, and I am very confident in saying that if it weren't for her, I wouldn't be standing here right now. She's been a friend, a guide, someone to laugh about New Jersey with, because if you don't laugh about New Jersey, you're going to cry about it. Someone to root for the Yankees, right? Go Yankees. Okay, they're sleeping. And someone to, you know, we all need help knowing when we're going on the right direction, when we're going on the wrong, and Barbara is somebody to whom I look to make sure that I'm pointed due north. So I want to thank you for that, and I want to wish you a mazel tov and a happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Aliette, and my daughter Isla is a member of this community. And a year ago, when we put this lovely girl into this program, I would go home and I would pray every night and cry myself to sleep that please, God, please take this child into your hands and put her on the bright and narrow path. And he has done that. And I thank her for increasing my faith in God for the whole time that she's been here and has done so well in this wonderful, wonderful community. Thank you so much.
Hi. Oh, hi, I'm Daniel. I'm a grateful resident and member of this community. Hi. I'm a little nervous. I don't I don't usually talk to a lot of people, but I would like to use the Shuba as a gratitude to my mom because I've been here for about 40 days now, and I'm gonna get emotional. Yeah. I've put her through so much hell and so much horrible stuff, and the fact that I was always able to look back and see her was so great because I love her so much. I'm not gonna cry. Whew. But I just feel so much gratitude and love for her, and I just hope she could. I tell her all the time how much I appreciate her, but I want to do it in front of all you guys to really show, because I don't know where I'd be without her, and Mom, I love you so much.
Sophia. Oh.
Hi, my name is Chaya. I'm a grateful member of this house. First of all, I know I always say this, but I really want to thank all my people here because I really wouldn't be around. Also, Barbara, I wanted to tell you happy birthday, but I really think it's cool that you're sober after having the craziest, hardest job around and telling people, making people angry to make us safe and secure. So you're a really strong person.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for so much. The first thing I'm grateful for is modern medicine. I say this with great trepidation. I'm not believing in everything you believe in, David. However, I have had bronchitis for about 10 days, and I was in really bad shape. I was so bad I went to see the doctor. And he gave me antibiotics, these very strong antibiotics, and today yesterday I started to feel good, and today I really feel good. And so we were supposed to go away. I canceled the trip. I was afraid to go on a plane, tell you the truth. I was afraid to go on a plane because I get sick on planes anyway, and I didn't need to be in weakened state. But I'm grateful for modern medicine that there's antibiotics that get to the what? Get to the bottom of the problem. I'm also grateful. I'm grateful for all the birthdays as well, and actually especially grateful for Isla and Barbara. Isla because she walked into a Jewish rehab a year ago, and it was a little bit out of her comfort zone. And you bought in. You felt the love in the community, and you gave community and love back. And I appreciate your being able to freak out and talk about it instead of freak out and act on it now. And it's really amazing, and you are amazing. And Barbara, 19 years. It's crazy, you know. I have to be nice to you because, of course, you're older than I am. You remind me of that all the time, you know. And you're HR, so I don't want to get in any trouble. watching you over these 19 years has been a joy. Even when it hasn't been fun. It's a joy. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all the birthdays. I'm grateful for you guys buying in and drinking the Kool-Aid, as we say, and living lives that everybody can be in awe of. All of you. And I say it often, but I don't think everybody always hears me. So I want to say how grateful I am to the staff here. Every day people show up here. They don't make a lot of money. And they show up, and it's not a job. They show up because they get to be here. And the staff, the PFs, the administrative staff, the maintenance, the counselors, the volunteer therapists, the clergy, everybody, you all give everything you have in order for other people to live. And it's pretty special. And I'm grateful, and so are all the residents who are here now and have been here. And I just want you all to know that. And I'm grateful that Rabbi Ben is here on his night off. Came off a plane and came here with his kids. Welcome, kids. One of his youngest daughter is, I know her name because she told it to me. I don't know. So I don't know, I want you to know I really think you're cool. And to you, Harriet, you've been sick this week. Also, I got you sick. I know it. It's my fault. But I keep thinking about your resilience and your desire to keep learning. And we make fun of you falling in love with the next great idea and the people who agree with your ideas and everything else. And you know what? We make fun of it because we're in awe of it. Your ability to reach out to people and make a connection that you don't know. And for them to respond to you in the way they do and watch you light up, that teaches all of us to keep moving it forward. And I'm so grateful that you've kept me moving it forward all these years. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, hold on. You want to welcome new members? Okay, so we need the birthdays to come up to read the prayer and gratitude for for welcoming new members. And we need new members, Irma G, Noam G, and Shaban P to come up. Rabbi Ben's going to welcome you.
So I'm going to
Okay, now we're going to do an original from our songwriting group. This was written by Thea, Greg, Zach, and Micah.
Yeah.
It's called Memory Lapse.
Having fun in sobriety, talking about having fun in non-sobriety. We ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Wake up, the room it spins. There's a girl by my side with a telling grin and another night's gone. I laugh, girl, do I know ya? Freeze frame, I'm reaching for more. Guess I danced on the ceiling and I slept on the floor. And another night's gone. Who crashed my damn Toyota? One step up, 2 steps back. Memory lapse, memory lapse. I'm losing track. Tell me what happened. Don't hold back. Memory lapse, memory lapse. Sometimes life's like that. Life's just like that. Woke up just like a kid, innocent. Tell me what I did. I saw the world without the double vision. Next thing I knew, I was far from home. Not together, not alone. And another night's gone. We all make great decisions. One step up, 2 steps back. Memory lapse, memory lapse. I'm losing track. Tell me what happened. Don't hold back. Memory lapse, memory lapse. Sometimes life's like that. Life's just like that. Lost my dog, lost my phone. My friends go, but ain't nobody home. Ain't nobody home. I know this will happen again. Don't know where, I don't know when. It won't be long before we both are sorry. But that's another story. One step up, 2 steps back. Memory lapse, memory lapse. I'm losing track. Tell me what happened. Don't hold back. Memory lapse, memory lapse. Sometimes life's like that. One step up, 2 steps back. Memory lapse, memory lapse. I'm losing track. Tell me what happened. Don't hold back. Memory lapse, memory lapse. Sometimes life's like that. Life's just like that. Life's just like that. Life's just like that.
That was the good times, right? Okay. Mies Moore Shear on page 24 or on the screen? Oh, wait a minute.
Will be on the screen.
Why are we rewrite my song?
There we go.
There we go.
Mies Moore Shear, lay on my Shabbat. Doble odor, Adonai. Uzamer neshim ha'elyon. Uzamer neshim ha'elyon. Mies Moore Shear, lay on my Shabbat.
Many years ago, in a town far, far away, Winnipeg, Canada, there was this guy who loved to write Jewish music. And he met this other guy through the fourth Lubavitcher Rebbe, who sent them out to be shlichim, to be messengers. The other guy, Rabbi Zalman Schachter Shalomi, taught at University of Santa Cruz, UC Santa Cruz. He loved that dope. And the first guy from Winnipeg, Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach, he went on and was an itinerant preacher. Had a few other idiosyncrasies. But one of his greatest contributions was his storytelling and his music. And he loved Lichud Doidi. Let's dance it in. You know, I know I say this often, but I got to tell you something. You can be seated. We have such a great band here. I mean, I'm a frustrated conductor that doesn't know how to conduct anything. And so when you guys just go along with me, it's so much fun. And Canna Rachel, isn't she great? She doesn't miss a beat. She has no idea what I'm doing or when I'm going to do anything, and she just does it. So thank you all. You guys are you really make this so great. We need the birthdays up to light the Shabbos candles, please.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu shel Shabbat. Shir ma'alot Esainai el harim me'ayin yavu Esrim im Hashem osei shamayim ve'aretz al yitein lamud b'lecha al yitein shomrecha hine lo yanun ve'lo yishan shomer Yisrael Hashem shomrecha Hashem zilcha al yad
This week's Torah portion is Matot Masai. It's a double portion. It's the last two portions of the book of Numbers, of Bamidbar. So, Rabbi Ben says the start of it. He now talked about the cities of refuge. There's the part about that I talk about every year about the Reubenites and the Gadites and them not wanting to go fight with the rest of the people. They wanted theirs and stopped and all these things. And really what I'm thinking about this year, or at least tonight in this moment, is how crazy the Torah is. I mean, think about this. It is the foundation of our tradition, right? Everybody understand that? The foundation? So in these first 4 books, and wait till you get to the next book, it points out everything that we do wrong. Everything the Israelites did that was quote-unquote wrong. Think about it. If you were writing a book that was the foundation, I mean, that's one of the things that Paul did, St. Paul did. He wrote a book all about perfection and greatness. Jews, we write, here's what you do wrong and here's how to do it right. You get freed from the land of Egypt and you go, we promise you this promised land, and the Torah ends with us on the other side of the Jordan, not on the Israel side of the Jordan, the Canaan side of the Jordan. Think about this. They slept for 40 years. We read about every year and how they bitch and they moan and they're happy and they're glad and all of this stuff. And here it is. We're right there and the book ends. Deuteronomy is Moses talking. Now, let me just check my numbers here just to make sure that I don't say it wrong. Moses talks for 33 chapters. You remember him in Exodus? He was slow of speech. He didn't want to talk to Pharaoh himself. So over the 40 years, he learned how to talk. Baruch Hashem. But really, think about this. What is it saying? I keep thinking about this, and it strikes me every year. We are all looking for the destination. We don't think we're free until we get there. How many of us have a there in our mind? You know, there's enough money, right? When we get this much, we're there. When we get this house, we're there. When we get this job or this position, we're there. Here we are in the Torah, the holiest book of the Jewish tradition, and there's no there. There's only us. I love this idea that we end the Torah outside of the land, because when you're only going someplace for one reason, you miss the rest of life. Life is being lived in the journey, not in getting to the destination. That's why it's a recovery. We're not recovered. We're not cured. My brother Oliver Shalom had MS. He had periods of remission. Cancer goes into remission. We don't get cured. And that's what the Torah is trying to tell us. Stop looking for this panacea, this miraculous destination, and then everything will be great. It's always going to be difficult, and it's always going to be a journey, and it's always going to be a way of figuring out what's the next right thing to do. When freedom is the source of your being, you know it. When you let go of false fears and you just enjoy this journey. Think of how much time we spend complaining. Think of how much time we spend if-onlys. Think of how much time we forget to appreciate that we have the greatest partner in the world. That we have the greatest friends in the world. That we have the greatest people around us. That we have a support and a community that holds us. We get too interested in getting there. Torah's telling us in this, no. The strength, chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek, which is what we say at the end of every book when we read after reading the Torah tomorrow. That's saying you have the strength to keep going on. Don't worry about destinations. Worry about this moment. In fact, don't even worry about this moment. Enjoy this moment. We learned something today in our clergy that in Ecclesiastes it says, whatever is put into your hands, do with all your might. Do with all your strength. Whatever we have, whatever is on our journey, we can handle because we have community, because we have love, because we have freedom. That's why we don't need to end the Torah in the land of Canaan. We need to remember that it's the journey. Shabbat Shalom. Please rise for the Baruch Hu. It's a little chilly. Anybody be able to handle the air conditioning?
It's basically, what's his name?
Is Nicole or?
There's somebody back there behind the board, but he's not listening.
Hello? We need the piano. Oh, Zach.
Exactly.
Stand up for the Baruch Hu, Zach.
Nine, 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 nine. Nine, 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 nine. Nine, 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 nine. Nine, 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 nine. Nine, 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 nine. Nine, 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 nine. Nine, 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 nine. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Bo'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Bo'ed.
Please be seated. I'm trying to get him to turn it down. I'm freezing too. I'm telling you, for 20 years, this November it'll be 20 years we're in this space. Well, the whole space. In 20 years, we've never gotten the air conditioning right. If it was right, we wouldn't even know it. Right. It's the journey. This journey of air conditioning. Can you imagine the rabbi is concerned with the air conditioning? Now, that's because the rabbi's wife is concerned with the air conditioning. So, Shema Yisrael, hear, listen, and understand the wrestling of your soul, the wrestling of the souls around you. Hear, listen, understand to the call of God to you. Hear, listen, and understand the call of your soul to be free. How do we get there? When Yud He Vav He, when Adonai is God. When it's not another person, it's not another thing. It's the creative force in the universe, of the universe. And when we accept that, and when we bond in that, then we're part of the oneness that is this universe. Please join in the chanting of the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Oseh shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. All my life I just didn't feel a part. I used drugs and booze to kill the pain in my heart. To cure my problems I should dope every day. Here at Betshuva I learned another way. I'm a junkie, I'm bipolar, feel the weight on my shoulder. But through therapy and tour now my problems are all over. Growing every day, my program is okay. But if I don't finish the steps it'll all go away. I'm the greatest program facilitator Betshuva's ever seen. But it'll all come to an end if I don't keep staying clean. On Monday I just store and the residents are in awe. Jeff Morant's alcoholic is my biggest fan of all. Betshuva gave me the tools to live my life. But unlike David Presser, I did not find a wife. Today my life is super awesome, I'm so proud. Happy birthday, David, let's scream very loud. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Israel. Oh, oh,
All right, let's give it up for Philip one more time. Okay, I ask those who are observing a yard site or a year of mourning to please rise. As a community, we say Kaddish for Goldie and Arthur Kaplan and Herbert Jacobson, Gene Colton. I ask you please to be quiet. Goldie and Arthur Kaplan, Herbert Jacobson, Gene Colton, Rivka Perlman, Dorothy Gagerman, Louis Dellaby, Stanley Babst, Ronald Gimpelson, Todd Rosenberg, Bernie Bergman, Arthur Rothstein, Elaine Zager, Jerry Chapnick, Al Geffen, Rhoda Fromer, Eva Silverman, Andrew Colopy, Meredith Baxton, Marion Levin, Sandra Meyer, Jeffrey Todd, Samuel Weiss. The year of mourning for Patricia Beckerman, Todd Bird, Richard Block, Mildred Borovitz, Lillian Bort, Tricia Dintzer, Sheila Ellman, Glenn Goss, Jody Labov, Kobe Yaakov Levy, Rachel Machbitz, Brett Nadler, Ed Praver, Dee Dee Quinn, Gene Redstone, Barry Rose, Daniel Rosen, Michael Roth, Mordechai Sesportas, Tyler Shamash, Michael Shapsis, Trevor Stefani, Wilson Thacker, Alice Weiss, Lou Weiss, Muriel Werner, Donna Zivik, and Ishak Dasa. Dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagalav Vizman Kariv Vimru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach Leolam Olameo Maya, Yit Barach V'Yishtabach V'Yitpar V'Yitramam V'Yitnaseh, V'Yitadar V'Yitaleh V'Yitalal Shemei Dekudsha Brechu, Le'elam Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata, Tushbechata V'Nechemata, Damiran Bialma Vimru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chayim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael Vimru Amen. Osei Shalom B'Mamav Hu Yasei Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael Vimru Amen. May the one who makes welcoming in heaven and welcoming here on earth send comfort to all of us who mourn, and let us say, Amen. Please be seated. Birthdays, come on up. All right, birthdays, I just want everybody to know you have 2 minutes, 30 seconds. The light up there is going to shine red when your time is up. Should you not listen to the time, we will start playing music to go over anything that you're saying. Are you all aware of what I'm saying? Good.
All right. Gather around. It's also up there. We're going to start here.
Yeah, we can see this. We can't see that.
There you go.
O Lord my God, I cried unto you, and you did heal me. O Lord, you saved me from the peril, kept me alive. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hagomel l'chayavim tovot shegemalani kol tov. Praise are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who bestows good beyond our deserving, and who has dealt graciously with me. Mi shegmalchem kol tov, hu yigmalchem kol tov tzedek. May that which bestows good always bestow goodness upon you. Amen.
Less than that. I talk quickly. Hi, everybody. I'm Ian, and I'm alcoholic. And a proud member of this community. To show you how much I love you, I'm literally moving home because of you. There is no exaggeration in that. I've been homesick all year, and many of you know this, because you definitely are my home. Barbara, I bought memorial plaques for my parents, because I'm not going to visit them in Short Hills, because this is my home, and I get to visit them all the time. Buy plaques, see Barbara. This place, it's just incredible. I'm not even going to look at them. Those two rows over there, a bunch of you over here. I don't know, I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. Many of you know I reconnected with my passion and my purpose. Many of you know what that is. But when I was drinking and drugging and sticking needles in my arm, I got lost. I was lost for a while. Don't look at me. With some of my friends there, and thank God that they're sober. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. For all you newcomers in the back, I don't know what to tell you. It's really not a difficult program. You guys make it difficult. It's easy. They wake you up. They nudge you. They say, come on. You get a second alert. You get a third alert. They'll walk you to group. It's ridiculous if you guys can't do that. You're wasting this place's time. There's people that need your bed. People are dying. When you did when you were just reading that, I knew 10 of the people. Since I've been here, I lost 3 years. I lost 15 to overdose, 14 of which to heroin and fentanyl, and maybe another 10 just of old age and everything, which is bittersweet because that's part of our family. I got to say it to the heroin addicts in the room, you don't get to come back. The alkies, the tweakers, the coke addicts, you know what, we stand a chance. They'll take us back. You guys don't make it back. And you might not want to do it for yourself, but your parents don't deserve that phone call, and you know what? We don't deserve that phone call, because it will rip our guts out. I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. For those of you that do use heroin, they now have fentanyl test strips. It fits in your wallet. You could dunk it in the dope, and it will tell you immediately. There's no reason you guys shouldn't hold it. Give it to some friends, people you know are using, whatever. It'll save your life, because one shot, you're finished. You guys lost 3 this year. We lost 5 last year. There's no joke. There's no coming back. So, thank you.
I'm Brandon. I'm an alcoholic and a grateful member of this community. 6 years ago, I came to these doors. Probably 6 years and a couple weeks, I showed up hungover with my bags packed. Didn't know that there was an admissions process. So I was desperate, and I have to remind myself of that desperation on a regular basis, because after 6 years, life is good today. I'm very grateful for the life that I have, and every time I'm in the area, I try to visit to remember what it was like. I try to talk to the newcomers and hear their stories. This has been an interesting year, a lot of good and a lot of bad. I was able to go through the steps for a second time, have a new sponsor, and re-engage in the program, because I was getting complacent. And for you guys who are new, it is very easy to get complacent in sobriety when things are going well. I'm so grateful for my friends and family who show here, and for this home. 6 years ago, it was very different looking, but the feeling and the camaraderie here will never dissipate. It's always refreshing coming back. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of death, recently that I've experienced as well, and it's very unfortunate when it's not deserved. And when it comes by a complete surprise. But, I'm not sure what else to say. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys and, return home, Beit Teshuvah, return of home of the return, right? So if you guys make it out there once you leave this program, and if you maintain this camaraderie and find a program that fits with what you guys are looking to get out of sobriety, I look forward to you guys having the opportunity to stand up here and thank everyone as well. Thanks.
Shabbat Shalom. Jeff, I'm a grateful member of this community. I have something wrote here, actually. 2 years ago, I walked through those doors. First, I'd like to thank God for my sobriety. God is everything, or God is nothing to me. God is everything for the newcomers here. I was once sitting in your chair. Believe in God, and belief in God, it works. Thank you to Rabbi Mark and Harriet for giving me the opportunity to change my life. You've created a safe haven for people who are hurting or struggling inside. Thank you to the donors of Beit Teshuvah. With your generosity and love, you are making the world better than you found it, one life at a time. To my grandmother, the sharpest woman I know, I love you so much. Thank you to my mother. You've always had so much love and patience. You've never given up on me. Thank you. You guys flew all the way out here from Florida to watch me take a 2-year cake. I'm very grateful. To my girlfriend, Mary Beth, I love you. Thank you for being my strength and for always guiding me in the right direction. Thank you for having patience and teaching me to be the best version of me. I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for your cooking skills and making the best chicken I've ever had in my entire life. Most importantly, to the newcomers, you are here. You can do this. I've spent so many years in and out, 26 rehabs, hospitals, institutions, jail, prison, and then I came to Beit Teshuvah. When I got here, I made the choice to listen a little bit more than I ever did. I took a direction a lot more than I ever did. And I did what was uncomfortable. It was difficult, but I made the decision to change it up. And now I'm healthier, happier, and I have a whole room of people to celebrate with today. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
My name is Dano, and I'm a grateful member of the community. There's so many people to thank, so I'll forget that. But thank you, Rabbi Mark. I won't have time to thank everyone, but thank you, Beit Shuva. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you to the board. I came in as a scholarship, and yeah, this program works really, really, really well. I almost died getting here, and you know, I knew I needed to stop. My mother's here, my father's here, my sister's here. Good friends of mine, David and Penn, are here, and I almost died getting here. And you know, there was a lot of suffering that occurred in that journey and in that process. And kind of like what has been re-emphasized to me this year is that suffering is so valuable. And to the new people here and to the people that are here that have time or the people that have life problems, my experience with suffering is I always ran from it. I shot a lot of heroin to get away from it, and I looked at it the wrong way because I was running from it. And what I found here and what I found myself to be a holy soul, and I never believed in God, was that the suffering was my greatest gift getting here. One of my favorite things that Rabbi Mark constantly says is like, you have to learn to live well. And these are some of the most important and the simplest words that were ever given to me, because what I had to find here, that I did not believe in God, but what I had was an experience with my own suffering, and people told me that if there was any way that I was going to get better, that the spiritual path was the path for me. And I believe they were not lying to me, and I never made a decision to believe in any of this crap. What I had was a true, deep, and effective experience with God. And living well in this experience is something that came to me, and it did not happen by me as a result of living well. I'm a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, and the big book tells me that faith without works is dead. So this is not about what I believe God is going to do for me, and it is not how much time I spend solely in prayer. It is how I show up in the world. A much more important demonstration of these principles lies before us in our respective homes, occupations, and affairs. Life is not easy all the time. This year I had some really powerful experiences where I was met with a lot of adversity. And I'll wrap up just by saying that the same way I got here 8 years ago was use my suffering to build something phenomenal, and to not run from it, but rather to embrace it, because in that suffering that I was running from was the seeds to my wholeness. It was the key to my freedom, which we heard about tonight. And by really, really embracing the suffering, God has continued to build me. God has continued to allow me to grow, and God has continued to allow me to connect to other people that are suffering, and other people that are human, and other people that have difficulties, and it's been the most beautiful experience I've ever had. Thank you, Beit Shuva.
I'm David Presser, and I'm a very grateful member of this community. So I want to start my my speech by saying, thank you to Rabbi and Harriet for showing up for me when I don't show up for myself, and to my wife Shira for showing up for me when I don't show up for myself. And it's been a wild ride. I held on the whole time, and I don't know how the hell I did it, if I'm being honest. And there's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but I'm grateful to Beit Shuva, because no matter what, I always had a place to come, and I always had a place to be able to connect with people, right? And here where we practice what we preach, and we preach what we practice. And to all the new members and all the new residents, ultimately, life is such a blessing. When I walked in these doors 8 years ago, I couldn't imagine that my life would be incredible today. But you guys can have a true life if you give yourselves over to this program and just let them do the work with you and help you through it. And I promise you, this place will help you save your life. That's all I have. Thanks, guys.
So when I came in here a year ago, I was extremely, sorry, my name's Isla. I'm a grateful member of this community. When I came in here a year ago, I was very broken, and I didn't really know it because in my addiction, I was really good at hiding, and not just from other people, but also from myself. And I came here and I was met with so much love and acceptance. And I'm very grateful to you, Harriet, for creating a place where I don't feel like I have to hide. And my family has been so loving and supportive through this whole thing. Special thanks to my aunt for basically forcing me to come here. I didn't want to go to rehab, let alone a Jewish rehab. I had no idea what to expect. And now I have a podcast about Heschel. So, to my treatment team, Darren and Roya and Tova, they put up with all of my freak out sessions and really made me do the work. And I'm very grateful for you. My girlfriends, who definitely kept me sane through all of this, and the donors for making it possible for someone like me to be able to come here. And Rabbi, whenever I do freak out, he always makes me tell him what I learned, and it's usually always the same. It's have a little more faith and don't be afraid to ask for help. So to all the newcomers, don't be afraid to ask for help. Use your treatment team, that's what they're here for. They kind of know what they're talking about. I've never had sober time since I was 16 years old, and now I have a year. So just hang in there and show up and do what they say and try to remember that we are all fighting the same fight. Even Zach Jones.
Hi, I'm Barbara, a grateful member of this community. My thoughts are really scattered, but I won't go over, I promise. I always start off the same way, you know. 19 years ago today, I was in Twin Towers jail, really, really sick, like puking sick, and it wasn't really pretty. And Carrie Newman came eventually and talked to me about this place, which I didn't even understand about, and I came here, and a shift happened. Something happened. It was time for me. I had been in and out of treatment for over 20 years. But like Rabbi was talking about earlier, it's a journey. And every day has been a journey. Sometimes the 19 years feels like a really, really long time ago when I think back to what it was like then and what my life is like now. You know, may this house be the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. I have a life that is just amazing. Do I love it all? No, I get really pissy sometimes and complain. And I get grateful. I get grateful. And even though Rabbi made fun of me before, yes, I get to be a daughter again, and I get to be a friend, and I get to be a sister, and I get to be an aunt and a great aunt, and I get to be a girlfriend, and it's an amazing life. And there's ups and there's downs, and this place, I can't even put it into words. You know, I have the opportunity to work with donors and community members and just wonderful, wonderful people. And the people I get to work with, everybody that I could, Zach and Elena and Sergio and Nicole, I can't even imagine working anywhere else. This place gives me hope and strength, and every single day I can talk to somebody. And my family has been amazing support the whole 19 years. And my sister, who I think is watching in New Jersey, hello, I love you, and thank you. Bruce, thank you. I met Bruce here. We were both residents here. And it's 19 years later. And thank you for everything, and most importantly, making me laugh. And Rabbi and Harriet, I can't put it into words. You know, we've had our ups and downs. We've had our journey. And the one thing that we've all done is we hung on. We hung on and hung on and hung on. And I also like to talk about what I've learned in the past year. And this year I learned about change. Change and sustainability and hanging on and friendship and disappointment and love and just dealing with life, I couldn't love you guys more. You have taught me and mentored me and helped me and supported me, and I just really, really love you a lot. Thank you. To the residents, I know I've said this before. I know some of you were sitting there thinking, yeah, you know, that'll never happen to me. It will, just like all the other birthdays said. You do not recover from this disease. And in AA, or NA, whatever the A, they say jails, institutions, and death. It's a promise. You do not recover from this. Take advantage of where you are. Use us. Talk to the resident. Talk to each other. Talk to us. Talk to the therapist. You are here now to save your life. Take advantage of it. It's a fabulous, fabulous life. Thank you for sharing my birthday.
Okay, so with this much joy, I mean, that's a lot of years, right? 47 years? It's a lot of years. Yeah. Let's see, 3, 6, 12, 20. Yeah, 47 years. We have to remember that there are people who are ill. Ill in body, ill in spirit, and ill in mind. Healing, when we say this prayer of healing, we're not talking about cured. We're talking about making a commitment to help people live well. That's what you heard from these 3, 6, 7 people. All stories of living well. Learning to live well and then putting that learning into action. And all of you are to be commended for it. You're our teachers. Let's pray for those who have yet to learn that. We say, Mishaberach Avotenu v'Imitenu Hu Yivarech v'Yarpeh HaCholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal. Please put out the names. Kadosh Baruch Hu, send him a complete healing, a healing of the body and a healing of the soul. And let it happen right now, and let us all say, okay, so we have announcements. We want to thank Shabbat sponsors. We want to thank the Freedom Song family and Ian and Brandon's family for sponsoring Shabbat. We need 2 more sponsors. I hate having the hustle. Thank you, Dano. 1 more is all we need. Come on, somebody. Somebody say yes, somebody. Oh, man. I can't believe it. Nobody's going to raise their hand? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Larry. All right. So, here's what's happening. Save the date, Tisha B'Av. This is very funny, right? Tisha B'Av is all about destruction. Save the date, Tisha B'Av is coming. So we're going to have a special night next Shabbos, next Motzi Shabbos, August 10th. A community of storytelling. Are we victims? Are we survivors? Or are we learners? Actually, we're all 3, but how we live all 3. Our BTS Rediscovered Treasures auction is back. It's live until August 5th. There are some great things on there, right? Kaya Sura? Is Kaya still here? Kaya put them up. We want to make sure that everybody buys them. They're great things, great prices. We have memberships. Has everybody received their membership in the mail? Has everybody sent their membership back? Jeff, over there. Okay, so we need the membership back. There's Jenny. Jenny, raise your hand. Jenny is here to take your membership tonight if you want to do it. We're very grateful. It's still pay what you can. And High Holidays is going to be here. It's going to be great. A couple more save the dates. Shh, please, please. The opioid epidemic is also a Jewish problem. Sunday, August 25th at 11 a.m., join Harry Nelson, who wrote the book, The Opioid Crisis, right? Is that the name of the book? You're supposed to know the name of the book. Okay, The Opioid Crisis, I think, is the name of the book. And, what? The opioid epidemic. Thank you, Brandon. Oh, it's right here. Is that it? The opioid epidemic is also, yeah, United States of opioids. That's what it is. Thank you. Whew. And he and Harriet are going to be in conversation, and it's a great conversation. They did it once at the Federation, and everybody loved Harriet and Harry. And so we're bringing it home. Also, September 13th through 15th, John Pavlovitz, who is a Christian minister, an amazing man, he's going to be here. And the theme of the weekend is a bigger table. That's what we're going to be talking about. And that means that all of us have a seat at the table. So please join us for that. Everything else you can read on the Shmata and and Joe. I'm sorry, Dana has an announcement. The Sisterhood is a great part of what we do, and they do a lot of great work for the residents and for our community. So please, please, please think of joining them. Most of all, we want to wish you a great Shabbos. Amen. Okay, it's 8:22. You want to do Oziva Zimras Yah? Yes? Okay, where's Nathan? Nathan, you here? Yeah. All right, so Nathan and Rachel are going to lead us in Oziva Zimras Yah. Let me give you a microphone.
Bye. Ozi vezimraria via hili Yeshua. Ozi vezimraria via hili Yeshua. Vezimradia via hili
Everybody please rise for the short Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen.
Grab a piece of a challah or a piece of somebody who's got a piece of the challah, but
Watch where you grab that piece. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
good Shabbos, everybody. Residents, please set up.
Great song, dude. It sounded really